couples astrology reading on the astrology between Taylor Swift and her boyfriend Travis Kelce. Okay, so this has a lot going on, but I promise we're gonna decode it together. When I'm doing an astrology reading, there's always a few things that I want to look at, especially in regards to romance. You always want to look at the moon because it's someone's emotional nature and it's what they need emotionally, and it's subconsciously what they're looking for in all of their relationships. Now, Travis Kelce has a moon in Sagittarius. And what is Taylor Swift's sun sign? It is Sagittarius. So the energy between them is almost like a new moon. You have someone who has the sun to your moon. It's literally there, the sun to your moon. It's that simple. But if you want to break it down even further, it's kind of like your emotional nature is kind of represented in who this person is as a person. I don't think Travis Kelce would admit this because obviously he's a very big athlete and tough guy. Taylor probably does a lot of emotional support and comfort for him than any of them would probably say, because it's their relationship, is private. Also, he is the type of person who does desire marriage because his sun is very close to Juno, which is the asteroid of marriage and commitment. So this tells me that he is a very committed person, and especially because all of this energy is in Libra, the literal sign of relationships, and they're always hopeless romantics, and Libras love to be in relationships. Also very close to Lilith. Mars is also in the picture, which definitely explains the athlete thing. A lot of athletes usually are the signs of Aries, or they're a Scorpio, or they have Mars somewhere near their sun or their moon or something. Usually tend to be really good athletes. With Lilith in the picture, it definitely makes sense that a commitment to someone very famous like Taylor Swift cause a lot of backlash that almost makes him feel a little rejected in a way. Mind you, this is just reading a few basic things about his chart. We're not even in deep yet. Because they're both born in the year of 1989, a lot of their outer planet activity, the planets that stay the same for a generation, they're both the same. They both have the same North Node or life purpose. Both have the same Jupiter or the blessings in their life. Especially because Taylor's moon is very close to Jupiter, she probably brings a lot of emotionality to the blessings. He can probably appreciate his success better when Taylor is around for whatever reason. Okay, so the most striking thing about their charts, period, is that they have a Venus-Mars conjunction. And if you know anything about Greek mythology or Roman mythology and anything about symbolism ever, Venus and Mars are the cosmic lovers. Venus-Mars conjunction is very passionate, very romantic. So he has Venus in the sign of Scorpio. Taylor is an unconfirmed Scorpio rising, but I kind of want to keep that out of the conversation because we don't have either of their rising signs, so no point in trying to figure it out. Anyway, he has his Venus in Scorpio to match Taylor's Mars in Scorpio. Mars is the planet of many, many, many things, including career. It's the planet of your anger and your raw primal energy and urges, and also very inappropriate things that I will not be discussing. Just know, these two. Anyway, interesting is that Travis's Venus in Scorpio, right, typically is supposed to be at conflict with Taylor's Venus in Aquarius, because technically those signs don't always get along. Venus is kind of like your love language and things like that. But Travis's Venus is actually at the very end of Scorpio, and Taylor's Venus is at the very beginning of Aquarius. So what this creates is something that I call an out of sign sextile. So a sextile is an aspect. Basically, the planets, they talk to each other based on the geometrical location they are to each other. So, okay, planets that are this far apart, they're okay, hey, I like you. Planets that are this far apart, they're okay, we maybe have some issues. Just explaining it in very simple terms. Basically, the planets, they talk to each other based on their configuration and location to each other. A sextile is a very positive kindred soul type of aspect. This happening between their love languages, which are usually in signs that don't get along, geometrically they are still making a sextile to each other. I feel that's highly symbolic to the relationship. A lot of people, whenever they started dating, and even Taylor herself mentioned it, what would they talk about? He's an athlete, she's the pop star. But they actually have so much in common. To mention that when you have that sun moon, together, new moon energy, he's the sun to her moon, it overrides a lot of issues that could persist in other areas of the chart. Another thing that strikes me is that they both have Mercury, which is how you think and how you communicate. They both have them in earth signs. So I feel like they're both probably very down-to-earth communicators. Long story short, I like their synastry, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot is that she actually has her Juno, like her marriage planet, in Scorpio, and he has Venus in Scorpio, like Venus Juno.